Ready?
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. It is 1 o'clock and we'll call this meeting to order for the Parks Board. Roll call. Chris Bridges. Here. Anna White. Here. Bob Rhodes.
Here.
Ed Schroll.
Here.
I see Becky Leach as project managers here. Frank Elgwood, the city council liaison is here, and I heard Sean Pease from who's the new John Wagner will be in attendance. I need a motion to excuse Sean Eilert.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And I need a motion to excuse Craig Addison Houston.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I need a motion to approve the meeting agenda.
I approve.
I'll second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. And then I need an approval for the minutes from June 14th. I need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving right along. Announcements. I don't have any announcements, so nothing else. Okay. Public communication, did anybody submit any public communication?
She
via-
didn't tell me via email. She didn't say
Okay, I see that we have 7 people, so I know we have one on Zoom and we've got a few of you back here, so anybody have a public comment back here? Okay. Is it Vida or Vita? Do you have a public comment?
Hi, excuse me. Hi, it's Vida. And no, I don't have a comment. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on, new business. We don't have any new business. Old business. Chinook toilets still on order.
Yeah, they are still on order. They're being constructed. The update for that is 7/25, the utility hookups bids are due.
7/25. Okay, July 25th. Hookup bids.
Dog park update, work will start on 7/25 for construction. We'll be out there locating sprinklers with the street department the day before.
Oh, wait. So construction for the fences will start on
Yeah.
7/25. Okay, great. Did they have an estimate how long that should take?
A week and a half to 2 weeks, but they have until August 31st to get it all done. Because
Okay.
I don't know when their subcontractor for the concrete is scheduled yet.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. And then you said they're gonna move some water lines
Yes,
the day before.
we're gonna mark them.
Mark the
Yeah,
lines.
yeah, so
Okay.
that the concrete truck doesn't drive over them and break them, and that the post pole
Sounds like a
diggers
plan.
don't dig through them.
It's not a regular construction job if you don't have a few sprinklers to fix.
Exactly. At some
No, we
point
don't have
during
the
this,
money.
we will break some. We don't have the money. Sean will gracefully.
Oh, speaking of, hello,
Oh,
have a seat at the head of the table.
right here.
Sean Pease, is our new contact at Public Works. Welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, we were just talking about the construction is gonna start on July 25th for the fencing for the dog park. Completion has to be done by August 31st, so hopefully before that.
Good.
And that you guys are marking the water lines the day before. All right, so that's where we were. Anything else on the dog park?
Nothing else on the dog park?
We do know that the fountain is gonna go in now, right? The water fountain?
Yes, the water fountain is gonna go in. Matt Tolbert's group is doing that, and they're gonna build it for me, so I don't have to build it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
I will be
nice.
putting together the Santa cans unless anybody would like to help volunteer, put together Santa cans.
How many, the poop station?
Yeah, the food station.
How many are there?
2,
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
yes,
All right.
volunteers.
Okay.
Doing it, my office looks like a dog park, which is fine.
That's great. Okay, so signage and everything else.
Yeah, there's one more sign that needs to come in otherwise, which is the dog park open until dawn
Dawn to dusk.
dawn to dusk. I have been saying it backwards. Yes, dawn to dusk. Not dusk to dawn.
Oh, wait a minute, it's dawn to dusk.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
on the dusk. Yeah, no, I've been saying it backwards all
Okay.
It's dusk till dawn, it's open at night.
Uh-huh, yeah, that's what I was, that's the good sign I was Googling, and I was like, why can't I?
Okay, yeah, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about at one point possibly closing the dog park one day a week just for maintenance.
Wednesdays.
It's gonna be
It's
Wednesday.
gonna be Wednesday,
That's
yes, we
good
talked
to know.
about that.
Yeah.
and have that.
Scheduled for mowing now.
Yep, and that sign will be posted in the middle of both dog parks. There's a small dog park sign that says basically that this is for dogs under 30 pounds.
Okay,
Of course, if you have a large dog that's shy, it can go into the small dog park.
yeah,
And then the large dog park sign says for dogs over 30 pounds. And then there's two dog park rule signs that, you know, no aggressive signs, dogs must have a collar. Dogs must be immunized, standard dog park rules. And then we are also looking at other cities' dog park rules that we will get official codes written.
okay,
For that as well, so we're gonna be working on that. The signage for dawn till dusk. I think that's all of the signs.
I do know that the city, and I've talked about this before, the city does have a law that your dogs need to be licensed in the city, and it's good that it goes
That's on
on.
the side.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows, and if
Okay.
someone's watching this
Okay.
meeting in the future, just go to the police station, you show them the current vaccination, and it goes off the rabies, so you can have it coordinate with your rabies vaccination. So it could be every 3 years, it's just a little bit more money versus an every year. But I'll certainly make that known out there in the Facebook world as much as possible, but you do have to have your dogs licensed, so.
It is a savings if you get a 3-year one.
Is it a savings? Okay. Well, thank you, Frank. Not trying to charge people more. Okay, so I think, any questions on the dog park?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just want to refresh it. So you say July 27th is when we're,
25th.
25th is the start date?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. And we also have the poop bag in the stands for that.
We do,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
that's what I'll be building. if we
Okay,
get to volunteer.
Perfect. Okay, so that's all I got. Thank you.
Yeah, and I've ordered lots of extra, and then going forward after that, the streets department will start ordering, but I have a lot right now, so
Okay.
We have a lot too. So I have like 4 cases.
for the other.
For all the other different
Okay,
stations.
awesome.
So, and I made a big list today of all the locations, because I've had a few concerned citizens calling, stating that, they're either empty or full.
Oh, at the other parks and things.
We're moving on that.
Okay. Awesome.
okay. Well, thanks. Chinook playground equipment, I think we're still just,
Yeah, I don't have an update on that.
Okay.
It's still status quo. We're waiting for it to ship.
okay, great. And they're looking at a ship date of November, so we'll have to just play it by ear in regards to weather. If the weather is gonna be nice enough, we can probably install it, but if not, it might have to wait. So, all right, any questions on the Chinook playground equipment?
Installed by a contractor.
Yes.
Volunteers?
Like, oh, yeah, volunteers, except for the holes, the posts will be installed by a contractor.
Okay.
But the
good,
rest will
'cause
be
that's the most
volunteer.
important part.
Yeah.
I've installed a few of them. They're not very easy, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Very, very.
So, Sean, what happened was, they will have a certified installer on site to supervise. But it saved us over $20,000, which is with volunteers.
Yeah.
But they have to by law install the posts.
Yeah.
But then we come in and we put it all together and we make sure that it's done correctly.
Okay.
And that certified installer was $7,000 that we had to pay.
Well, just to let you know too as well that I'm scheduled for November to retake my playground safety inspector class, so
Oh,
I'll be a playground safety inspector for the city.
fantastic. Should have told me that.
There's only a couple of them that are fall under our jurisdiction and we need to have that, so
Great,
that's something that I had in the past, but
okay,
the city let me lapse on that because he wasn't quite sure what was happening, so it's something you have to take every year, it's not a refresher course at all. It's every other year you have to retest.
okay, that's great to know.
Now you'll tell us what we have to do to all the other
That's cool.
parks.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I have a few on my different.
Perfect. All right, so, nothing else on Chinook? Thanks. So moving, gosh, guys, we're moving right along. Skate park. It was ordered. The foundation was responsible for that. It was ordered. It was 8 to 10 weeks, so they're looking at the end of August, middle of September. It will have to be put together by volunteers. The city can have nothing to do with it. That's where we are. The signs, you did put the signs up, so thank you. So there's banners there saying new skate park coming. There's a QR code. If you scan it, it goes to the city's website. It shows what the new skate park is gonna look like. So it's at least letting people know. So I think that has helped maybe calm a few upset people. And I do again apologize that it went away, but it had to go away. So I think that's
I haven't gotten any additional feedback.
right. So
Okay.
I, so mhm.
Do you know if the old rail was,
Everything is gone.
so the rail went away?
Yes, everything's gone. Okay.
I wasn't told. I was told to remove it. I
There-
didn't know after somebody
there was a
asked for it
miscommunication.
later on.
Yep,
We're
it's,
sorry.
it is what it is, so we can't go backwards, but let's just focus and go forward, okay? All right. Anything else on the skate park? Anybody?
We have a date?
No, and end of August,
Okay,
as it gets closer, they said they will let me know what the
okay.
actual ship date will be, so I will keep everybody posted. Out there in the Facebook world everywhere, so
And is that coming from back east too?
it's coming from Virginia,
Okay,
I believe, yes.
okay, so it'll be on a slow train.
Or a truck, I mean, I don't know how it's coming,
Okay,
but. Yes, Chris,
Are we gonna put some benches at the skate park too? And do away with the logs they have to sit on?
I think after this,
Kind of do the
the
same thing?
foundation's not responsible for benches outside of Chinook Park at this point.
Do we?
I
throw it
don't,
out there, See if somebody.
I
wants to-
don't, I don't really want the foundation to do more than what we're doing with these benches at Chinook Park at this point. It's, trust me, Ed and I can both tell you it's a great thing that we're doing, but it's been very difficult. So I really just want to keep to Chinook Park at this point. We can ask the city to put benches in, maybe in the future, they can look at it. It's not a bad idea, but.
I think it's a great idea myself, and we could probably task some winter work to make some of those, to keep the guys inside and whatnot, out of the rain. We could make some of those benches like the ones we have in various other parks that we can replace as needed.
That's a good idea.
I just replaced 2 of them at Gunderson Park just a couple of weeks ago. I know that's a volunteer park, not really nothing to do with us, but
Do we have the materials to make the benches already?
no. It's not very costly, so it's not too bad. It's just more time consuming than anything.
Okay.
So, we're not against, doing it, but, just, we don't want to be under the gun either, like. We need
It's
it out.
for January.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe something you want to also consider that in the skate park area, some of the participants may choose to use the benches as part of their activities, not for seating. And they may have to think about what kind are going in,
Mhm.
so that they're not launching off of those or using them in that way.
Sure.
Well, maybe. I mean, Bob, I feel like you know a lot about skate parks as well as Addison.
Yeah, we built it. The city put those logs in and made those benches.
I know, I'm asking you about benches, like, do you have a?
Well, the benches I
opinion on
referred to,
kind of
those
bench?
benches right now couldn't have been used.
I know, those
Scale.
are great. I
They're
think
so
those,
far away. there's no
yeah,
way.
those are great. And I don't think you can really rail your skateboard too
I think
well.
the
onto
distance-
it.
You don't want
Or-
to, want to slab.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if we replace those with like concrete ones, or if we replace them with some other kind, I wonder if maybe they would be more. Some of the kids might use them.
Well, it was a beautiful thing that they put them in.
Mhm.
Because we used all our money to build the park.
Mhm.
So the city brought those in, that was great.
No, I still think they're great, yeah.
They've
Okay,
been
but
there.
is there like a style of bench that you feel like the kids or adults would not use?
Well, I think what you really need to consider is getting the grandparents, grandmas, out there to watch their grandkids and skate.
Okay, let's stick to
So-
benches, Bob. So
That's what I'm talking
asking-
about, benches.
Okay, but,
So make it more usable for the older folks. The kids don't use it.
okay,
They'll be
so-
sitting up on the ramps.
okay,
They're not
so,
gonna be on the benches.
okay,
But
so
when they're in the
they're
car,
probably
in the
not
back.
going to use the benches, so
Make it
really
for the
you're
adults.
not stuck with
Yeah,
a certain
In
type of
fact, I
bench
would
that
love
would be
to
more
see
conducive.
some bleachers somewhere, would be really awesome.
Bleachers,
Yeah.
okay,
That down the
okay,
road.
okay, I
That's,
got
that's
you
what we
there.
really need, because
All
we've
right.
had events there before.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great
I felt like we had bleachers somewhere.
We
Is that
have
the
them.
baseball park?
Yeah, we use them, they kind of rotate around.
Oh, we use them at the convention center.
Yeah, we have,
Okay, so,
just kind of request bleachers here and there, so we
okay,
only have 2 sets and, you know,
two
I
sets of
wouldn't say that
bleachers.
they're necessarily, you know, compliant to any spec. And once you
Okay,
start throwing something that's a permanent structure, in, you gotta have, you know, backs on them, so no one can fall off the sides and that kind of stuff. Now, if you use them for temporary use, then there's not much constraints, but.
They started one at North Bay Park years ago, so
Sure.
they had to put wooden ones in.
Yeah, and if you notice, they have, side rails and backs
Yeah.
for protection and fall and whatnot,
Oh, so
because they're
that-
permanent.
Also metal, it would rust pretty quickly if we were to leave them out more permanent, right?
yeah, so if we, yeah, okay,
That
well,
could be something we all talk about here again.
all right, well, why don't we just, for the meantime, look at just doing a couple, making some wood benches
I
or
think that's-
chairs
And
or
I think that something like, you know, if
benches,
something that they can't move around.
okay,
So, you know, we'll have to make sure that they're, you know, positioned to where they can't grab them and drag them over here and drag them closer. And the thing with those logs are is they can't move. So I think the biggest thing would be that something that was stationary.
could we put a back on those logs?
I don't think so.
All right,
I think the important thing is that they're just not on a concrete pad. So
Yeah.
then they'll be fine, then they won't be used for anything else except today.
Like you said, they can't make sure they're not mobile,
Yeah,
because they will use
We've all
them.
heard about
Yeah.
that. Okay, all right, great. Okay, is that it for skate park? Okay, moving on along, Parks Comprehensive Plan. Well, we're still working on it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The YMCA, I left it on old business only because after our last meeting, I got an email from the CEO of the YMCA that they went ahead and have coordinated with Ocean Shores Elementary School, it has nothing to do with the city, in regards to a park and play program. And she asked that we announce it and boost the program. And so I told her that we would. So it is at Ocean Shores Elementary School. It is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It is from 11 to 1 o'clock. And lunch is provided, that it must be consumed on site. So you can't just drive up, grab a lunch and leave. You have to eat it there. It's running now and it runs through August 24th. Okay, so if you guys know any kids out there that, would benefit from this, to please, let them know. Benches. Benches, so, the foundation has taken on the responsibility of getting the benches for Chinook Park. That opened July 1st, it's going to run through I would like to close it by July 22nd. It might stay open till July 31st. We have sold 6 whole benches to 1/3 benches. So we're moving. It's getting out there. I put it on Facebook. We announced, Scott Anderson announced it for the foundation on Monday night at the council meeting. There's a sign. There's some forms out here, there's a flyer, I put flyers in some of the businesses around town. Ed and I are gonna go back out this Friday to the remaining businesses that I didn't make it to get the word out, but the response was good, people heard about it, so I guess what we're doing is working, but it's gonna be great. The dog park was certainly the most popular section to put a bench. So,
Are we doing 15 or 16?
well, it's 15 and 15,
15,
yes.
If we 250.
If we get that many.
If we get that
Okay.
many, yeah. So, but anyway, get the word out. Benches are here. They're really nice. They are heavy duty. They're 100% recycled plastic,
They're expensive.
eco-friendly.
Yes,
Thinking of the environment, the colors coordinate with all the playground equipment that we're doing. So, they should be,
They're low maintenance.
low maintenance.
and they're
They'll-
personalized.
Pressure washable,
They are.
Yeah,
Yes.
because, yeah, they like to graffiti things up. But I've got some pretty good graffiti mover now that, I brought along with me from the county that I've, found that work real well there.
Okay. Great. And then,
Graffiti don't last long with me around.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I
So-
do know I got some on Buttertown I have to handle right
and then
now.
are they 10 weeks out once we place the order?
They are 10 weeks out once the order is placed. That is correct. Yeah. So they're,
So did you decide to go with the guy that I talked to? Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah, he's fantastic.
I think so too.
Mhm, Jim.
So the 31st would be around the latest we would order them.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct. All right, so anybody has any questions or wants a form, please email the foundation at osparkfoundation@gmail.com and we will get you a form.
Or you can find it on multiple Facebook pages.
Multiple Facebook pages. True. Ed, do you have anything to add to that?
No, not really, just that I think we're out there on about every Facebook page that there is here that covers Ocean Shores, so everybody should be seeing it. It should be available. I've been seeing a lot of feedback back on Facebook from that, so that's about it.
Thanks, thank you. Okay, so next up is the RCO grant. We talked about it at the last meeting. There is a, RCO is providing a deferred park maintenance grant up to $100,000. It's a no match requirement from the city, which is unheard of from RCO. We certainly have some parks that qualify. We talked about that. Emerson Park is the park that's going to apply for the first grant. That's where the tennis courts are. And so they pushed out the open date for the grant. It was the end of July. Now it's August 15th. So Sarah's, she knows that. She's been working on that. You were getting bids together
Mhm.
for replacing and how'd that go?
Good. So 26,000 per court is a high estimate. So we've got that number.
Yep.
And that's for resurfacing tennis court, the nets, extras, crack seal, all that stuff. So 26K per court, high end. And then I want to talk to you about what kind of a shed you want to replace.
Okay.
And then we can most likely replace picnic tables and a new sign or signs, because Sarah, we talked, Kristen and I had some back and forth with Sarah, that it's like a deferred, I don't know if it's deferred, but maintenance, it's
It's deferred.
deferred maintenance grant. So these are things that could be replaced out there and need to be replaced, like the picnic tables and the old plastic sheds. So and the sign. So we're gonna take a look to see if they can be included in the grant.
And there's 2 benches inside that are wood and they have plaques on them. I figured we could also replace those under this.
Yeah, oh yeah,
They need to be,
Yeah.
they're in bad
If you could
shape.
go with that same material that
Right.
you're talking about.
Right.
It's the longest lasting.
Right.
Idea, although it is a hefty cost.
Yeah.
yeah, the grant can go up to $200 or $100,000. So we can put in
For one park or all.
for one park, yeah,
But
parks for.
And that's the one that you
one
chose
park, Yeah,
that needs the most. help.
because it's up to it, gets not usable. So with that being said, we have an opportunity for next year for another park.
Okay.
So I have a question. Are we resurfacing them for tennis courts or pickleball courts?
tennis courts and then the pickleball, it'll be painted for both.
Okay, it'll be done for both.
For both, yeah.
Because, I just don't see a really big amount of people playing tennis anymore. I mean, there's a group of people who.
It's gonna have both,
Yeah, so,
when we talked about that.
okay.
Yeah.
great.
So what about, where the holding the net and those concrete and they're falling over. Is that 26,000 include
Yes.
replacing? Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
everything. Yeah,
It's
they'll
everything.
they'll look new.
And then so the shed, so there's a shed that's outside, as you know, that plastic Rubbermaid shed. Right, so it works, so, but it's wonky, it's been out there for too long, so just the same kind of thing.
Same
But
size.
I feel like instead of it being outside, it should probably, because what it contains is it contains a broom and a squeegee to clean the tennis courts. So I think we should move that inside the tennis court.
Sure, why can't you just have that hanging on the wall, on the
Yeah.
fencing?
Yeah,
Does it really need,
Just put it in there.
the
What does it protect? It used to have netting in there too, so during the time there was nets in there, so like, for example, you could keep. In my opinion, I think you could keep the tennis net up at all times, but keep the pickleball one maybe inside. Or I don't know,
Or have one in one,
well, I just,
yeah. But at the community club, they hang them up, they use the squeegees,
They
the
hang
lower
them.
squeegees, they hang them all inside the court.
oh,
And they're always there.
okay, that works.
That's what
too.
I've seen even in other public areas.
Okay. So then we don't have to replace if they just want to do that.
I don't think it needs it, you know, I mean, hey, you're gonna cut some costs down somewhere, you can spend that other money somewhere else. Better, you know, need it.
Yeah,
I don't think it needs that, if it's just holding that. I've actually.
That's all that's in
looked
there.
and looked to see what was in
and
there.
that's from North Beach Tennis Association, it's their squeegee and broom.
Well, and that's probably when they had balls in there and nets in there and all kinds of stuff, because they were a private association.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So,
Is there gonna be any kind of, access granting to anyone, or is it just gonna be a gate open to anyone?
Gate open to
Yeah,
anybody.
Okay, so I'm
Public
gonna say
park.
sometimes like, certain times it'll close and lock and won't reopen until you know, until hours of the park operation. I don't know.
It's open 24 hours, 365 now,
yeah,
so.
it is, and so are the community club courts and all of their stuff. The only time they throw padlocks on is when they do work. When they're resurfacing the courts or.
There's no light, so it's, I mean, if someone wanted to play at night, that would be really difficult,
True.
so. Really, I think the only time they're gonna use them is during the day.
Yeah.
So I don't see a reason to lock them.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, so fingers crossed that we get approved for that grant,
Comes Emerson Park.
Yes.
Emerson Park. Okay, so that's all the old business. Do you have anything to add though on that grant? I do not. Okay, discussion. So I know that this is not parks related, but I told them that I would bring their suggestion forward. So there were a few citizens who have been struggling with taking their dogs specifically to the off-leash beach area between Taurus and Butter Clan. So they felt maybe the off-leash signs aren't big enough.
I didn't know there were off-leash signs.
Yeah, so I said I would bring their concerns forward.
Yeah.
See if maybe bigger signs could be made that say, hey, you know, be aware that there's dogs that are off leash in this area or whatever, or just bigger signs. So I just said that I would, it's not really for a discussion. I just said that I would let you guys know.
Yeah.
Because it's really not in our jurisdiction, but
We could see where they're mounted, maybe get them in a more visible area.
I believe there are some.
I looked for them, couldn't find it, because we take our dogs there,
Mhm.
and we have,
maybe
I
we
will.
need them then.
Yeah. We might.
Okay, all right.
I can make a note to see where they're at and let you know.
Yeah.
And then we also need to find out if we have jurisdiction to put signs, where we have jurisdiction exactly to put signs, because we share jurisdiction with the Parks Department.
Okay.
Okay. Reports, so, for me, I've been selling benches for the foundation, so that's really what I've been busy doing the last month. Anna, anything in general to report?
No.
Chris, anything general to report? Ed?
Yeah, just that I'll be at the Wolfathon tonight, meeting tonight at 4 o'clock, I think it's the last one before the Wolfathon.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
because the foundation will be there.
Okay.
What was on again?
Pardon?
What is that?
I think it's August 19th. It'll be at the high school. It's a Saturday. So it should be a lot of fun there. The vets are coming out. We have search and rescue coming out. Doing something, you know, running their dogs, and so it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a great day for dogs and people, you know.
Okay, great. And you were on the radio the other day.
Yes, I was on the radio promoting the foundation and the Parks Board, because it's hard to do one without the other. So, yes, I've promoted our benches, promoted the dog park, all of that, so
Thank you.
you're very welcome.
Bob, anything to report?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, great.
I have a question. How did the IGA turn out?
Well, we'll find that out on Friday.
Friday.
Oh,
So
okay.
Friday is the day, so we had to move it a little bit so we could get some photo op and get enough of us there to, so.
Okay.
So we'll, 9 o'clock, if you want, if you want to show up and just say hi, we'll be there at 9:45. So on Friday, so then we'll know, so we'll have a report for the next time.
Where will we
Okay.
be?
No, this is for the foundation.
Foundation,
If you want.
the IGA roundup.
Right.
So, we're going to receive our check on Friday and.
At the IGA?
At the IGA, and they want to do a photo op, because they promote it on their
Yeah,
website
yeah.
and all that, so they were real big on that. And speaking of that, if anybody, since we're kind of open discussion, we also have a roundup at Mark Bruni Liquor starting in August, so next
Good,
month.
good.
So we're moving right along. We're trying,
Yeah.
and the money is going, well, a lot of it just went right into that skate park.
Skate park, a lot of it, all of it.
Yeah, pretty much all of it. So, yeah.
Well, at least we'll have something to show their money.
Well, you
Yeah,
bet,
absolutely.
you bet. And once it's up, it's gonna be popular and it's gonna be a big deal, so.
Are we gonna have a ribbon cutting?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping that that everybody will show up and we
Yeah.
can make some fanfare out of it. Let's face it, the foundation and the Parks Board can use publicity. right?
Yeah.
Show people here in town that we're actually getting something done,
Yeah,
okay?
I
So-
agree.
Yeah.
Thank you
You're
for doing that. Frank, you're up. Any council news?
No council news, but I do want to congratulate you or give you all a compliment for the sense of urgency that you've gone after and attacked these projects, and they're gonna get done here in a short period of time, and that's not always evident in some of the things that are done around here, so I'm really happy that we're gonna have things done here by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Becky's been great. Thank you. Been fun. Well, thanks, Frank. Chinook and Spinnaker, so Sean, what we do is, each park board member is assigned a park or a couple of parks, and so we put our eyes on them, and then we report if there's anything that is needed. And then we let you guys know, hey, there's a picnic bench upside down in the water right Northeast Grand Canal, those kinds of things, so that's
I
kind of
have
what.
several people in this town that like to call and let me know about all kinds of little.
Oh, do they? Oh, shucks. Okay, well, we try,
So you're
but,
not the only one.
yeah, I know, but, we
And
only
that's
meet
great,
once.
because I only
we
have
only
two
meet
sets of
once-
eyes.
We only meet once a month, so the citizens, good for them for
Can I
helping
have
us
your number,
out,
John?
so.
Sure, I can give you my number. It's Sean.
Okay.
I'll give you a card. I have some.
Oh, good. Thank you. Then I can text you then if I
I
have.
can pass that around if you'd like.
So I have Chinook and Spinnaker and, well, next about to be dug up, so, but they look good. Are we keeping those wood signs that's out front of Chinook, says Chinook, the old Chinook Park sign?
No, there's, unless somebody wants it, the city doesn't have any, need for
Good.
Did you take it out already?
it. No.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Never
taking that
tried to
out. It's funky falling
So we've
over.
already replaced most of the park signs with the,
All
with the oyster sign, oyster shells on
Yeah.
top of the
Yeah.
new signs.
So we
The
don't-
other ones are still existing, so now they're double marked, so. If it's in the park board's wishes that we remove all the old wooden ones, we can do that.
You got my vote on that.
Got my vote on
I'll second
that.
that.
do you have a new sign to put in?
They're all
They're
there.
all there.
Yeah.
You have new signs?
Yeah.
They're already there.
Oh.
They're the big,
The
the
blue
ones with
ones.
the oyster shells.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, yeah, these are the old wood ones that are
Original.
falling.
Yeah,
short.
no one's ever just said, hey, can you remove that? So they just remain.
I was actually gonna ask, say that when I come around to.
Yeah, so well, you're up next anyway, so North Bay and Limpet.
Lincoln's looking pretty quiet. It did get mowed. Looks-
Yeah.
It's kind of dry. Oh, thank you.
Weed it anyway. We don't really have much mowing.
No, it's pretty
We
small.
did just weed all of the parks signs too. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not.
And then with North Bay, that old sign looks pretty sad. And it's really noticeable because when you stop right there on each chance, it's like.
We get those removed.
Thank you so
That's
much.
great. Okay, Anna, Marine View and South End Grand Canal.
Marine View looks great, something, people are starting to fish out there, it's kind of neat, so yeah,
Good.
everything's going good.
Ed, you have Emerson.
Well, luckily, all of the parks I've had so far had the skate park originally, and it's now being redone. And Emerson now is getting it done. So it hasn't changed from the last time. It looks pretty much the same, but hopefully in the near future, it will get a makeover also.
Okay,
So,
so Addison's absent. Bob, you've been busy at Texmark.
On Monday, we took a 5-person team and we spent some time down at Texmar and we freshened it up quite a bit. One thing I'd like to do though, in the wind enclosure for the picnic table, I'd like to paint that. It's got a red kind of a stain on it.
Okay.
Can you guys take care of that or should we do that? Would that be best to use a stain rather than a paint?
Yeah, definitely, I would say a stain over paint, you know, I'd rather have you guys do it. We have a lot of stuff on the city's plate right now, but, if it's something that, you guys are requesting, I can make that happen.
Like if you could provide some material possibly, I don't know if you have any then. Use
The park does have a budget through the city.
Yeah.
So,
One thing I did note, there's a pile of debris by the sign, and I told him.
I got it, yeah, you called me about it, and, I talked to, Mike, another guy that was doing the trash today, and we're working in that area next week. So we can
There are
talk
also
about
about
that.
3 bags of concrete that were in their bag, you know, that hardened
Mhm.
over by the entrance. That should be removed. There's also a part of an old telephone pole right in that area. That might be best left there to keep somebody from driving up that hill, I don't know, but. Not
So
gonna take it.
I was wondering who put that there, so to be honest with you, I don't know who put it there, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but it wasn't us. And, normally we have just curbs that are raised. there.
Right, those are okay.
Yeah.
I just thought, is that at your discretion to leave it fine, otherwise you pull it out.
I personally think that it's going to be a little bit of a trip hazard,
Okay.
someone not paying attention, they walk over and trip and fall, because it's not very, it's kind of blends in, so. That's something that I probably would rather see gone than be there, you know? I haven't really seen anyone ever drive up in there myself personally, other than a city rig. Which, I'm not against them doing that, because sometimes the garbage bag is very heavy and full.
How often do they dump the garbage in that can? Because it's full up right now.
It's not today,
Okay.
so,
You
I
got-
have a certain person, let's say, that doesn't do that very often when they're supposed to, so, but, I don't have him do it all the time, so. Just to mention, today, it did get for surely done, because, I made sure, to call out every single can to be done today, not just the ones that were easy.
All right, well, thank you. And then Sean is absent, so is Addison. All right, wow, so our next meeting, so as we all know, we made an agreement that we would do one meeting a quarter in the evening at 6 o'clock, so we're within that window, July, August, September for our third one. The next meeting is August 9th. We would need to vote to have it at 6 o'clock. I will let you know if it is at 6, which is totally fine. Ed, who's vice president, would have to run it. I would not be able to be there. Or the other option, the last option is September 13th to have that meeting at 6 o'clock. So we just have to figure out which one we want at 6 o'clock. So August or September.
September.
So we need to vote
Yeah, I
on
was
it.
thinking that too.
Okay, so all in favor of the September 13th meeting at 6 o'clock?
I,
Aye.
Okay, So the next meeting, future meeting is August 9th at 1 o'clock. And we'll make our September 13th meeting at 6 p.m. I need a motion to adjourn at 1:39.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Aye, thanks, you guys. Bye bye then. That was fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's about